Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Robofire's Game Reviews, and I kind of made a little bit of a mistake, which is that I kind of uploaded my Star Wars Battlefront 2 review during, near the end of November, rather than more closer to Christmas time to continue the tradition I started last year. Yeah, I just thought because I finished the video, faster than I thought I would, so I just decided to post it earlier because I'd rather post more frequently than less frequently. And plus, I also thought it wasn't too out of the ordinary since the new Star Wars game came out, which I might get to. Might. And also because Mandalorian came out on Disney Plus too, so yeah, that's why there will be no Christmas special this year. In fact, there won't be any more specials because there wasn't a Halloween special. So there isn't gonna be a Christmas special either. It's just too much work for me. Okay, so yeah, Okay, I just rambled for a very long time. Let's actually get to the point of this video. So today I'm gonna be reviewing Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. What else is there to say? Well, it kinda seems like something that I do a lot on this channel is review games out of order. And by that I mean, starting off by reviewing a different game in the series, rather than the first one, and then so on and so forth. Now, that actually this whole concept adds nothing to this video, I just thought it would be something interesting to mention. But now let's actually talk about this game. So, it was developed and released by Capcom. Now, I would consider myself a little bit of a fan of Capcom. I've played a lot of their games, and I'm a pretty big fan of them. But as for this specific one, I haven't really touched a lot of their games. I haven't really played a lot of the Monster Hunter games, a whole awful lot. And I figured since there's a new one, Monster Hunter World, and it's still getting updates and stuff to this day, I'm pretty sure, then I thought it might be pretty cool to, take a look at this one. So, yeah, let's start off with the story, I guess. I don't even know. Okay, so obviously this game is definitely about these guys who hunt monsters, in case you couldn't tell by the name. AIM. I need to get a new editing software. Anyways, so as for the story, I would say that it's actually, it's pretty good, I guess. It's not amazing, but I actually still do really enjoy the story. I did like it throughout the game, and I did a little bit of digging. It was so deep. And found out that the other games didn't really have a story. It was sort of just, go kill this monster, thank you, goodbye. But this one, I guess it's more unique in that aspect. But my few gripes with this story is the lack of voices. Because there are some pretty good cutscenes, but most of the voices, most of the dialogue is just text. Now, this is actually a little bit of a problem, because, they do a good job conveying a story just through very minimal things, but, sometimes there's just so much text that you have to read, and, sometimes you could lose, your attention. You could start thinking about something else while you're reading. And this could be a big problem, because it did happen to me a lot. I just lost interest because there was just so much stuff to read. And there was just so much, and I'm like, I didn't come here to read, I came here to play a game. So I just skip it, and then it ended up being something important that you'd have to learn in the gameplay. And I spent hours just running around, not knowing what to do until I finally figured it out. But yeah, that's probably just my problem, so I'm just putting that out there. That's probably my problem. Nobody else probably had that but me. But yeah, that's just something that I just wanted to mention. So, yeah. But now, as for the gameplay, since this is a little bit of an RPG, I would say it's actually pretty unique. The progression system I really like, because unlike most games where it just gives you a level, says that you're that level, and says that somehow you've gotten better, in this game it actually takes a little bit of skill, because you actually do feel like you're getting better. If you kill a super giant monster, it actually feels good and satisfying once you've defeated it. Once you get more armor and stuff from that, it actually feels like you're actually progressing. It's not just like the game telling you that you're progressing. It actually feels like you're progressing. And I also really like the combat in this game. The combat is actually pretty solid. It's fun, and it's honestly pretty satisfying whenever you get a successful hit. And it looks so cool when you're just this little guy fighting these crazy giant monsters. It's just so epic, and I really, really enjoy it. So the gameplay is really good, and it's unique from most RPGs, and yeah. Okay, so one thing that y'all have to keep in mind, that this review is coming from the perspective of a Monster Hunter noob. Now, while I'm a big fan of Capcom, the company that made this game, this is actually my very first Monster Hunter game. So I want to talk about how well it introduces stuff to new players. And I would say that it does a pretty good job, because while there were a few concepts that were a little hard to wrap my head around, the game did a really good job explaining them. And when like these concepts were introduced, I thought they were unique and like weird, I guess. And that's probably because the concepts were introduced in the previous Monster Hunter games, and they were just trying to teach new players how to use this stuff. So yeah, I guess that's something that I needed to mention. Alright, and now for the multiplayer. Oh, wait, it's 2019. Nobody plays this game anymore in 2019. Yeah, the multiplayer at this point is pretty much dead. There's nobody really online that you can play with. So, guys, I'm gonna tell you a little secret, but I'm gonna cheat. That's right, I'm gonna cheat. I looked up gameplay of what the online mode is, and I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts on it. So I can't really talk much about the gameplay in the online mode since I haven't really experienced it. I've only like seen footage of it, but from what I see of it, it looks pretty fun, I guess. It's similar to the single player gameplay, except it's online with other people, and it incorporates that pretty well. The chat system is also really weird, because for some reason there is no like microphones or anything. There's no voice chat. There's just like these little like messages that you send really quickly. Now I gotta say, in most games, normally you have to like actually type stuff. You actually have to, type stuff out in order to send. And sometimes that could get really annoying depending on what console you're playing as. Because, I mean, if you're playing on PC, you could easily type something and then send it. But if you're playing on the new 3DS XL or the PlayStation 4, I guess, it could be harder, because it's like a very, very like wonky keyboard, especially on the 3DS. It's really, really wonky to actually type something out, because I have typed stuff on the 3DS and it's really hard to do. Like, yeah, so I would assume that would be pretty hard in this game. So I get why they did that, but I mean, they could have just added a voice chat that would have solved that problem, and I bet more people would have enjoyed that more than just like the little stuff that they added. Okay, so now a few of the gripes I have, which aren't too big of gripes, but I just thought it would be important to mention. I do say a lot of the same stuff a lot of times. My videos are really bad, you guys. I don't even know why you're still watching. Nobody's probably still watching. I'm literally talking to myself right now. Okay, so my gripes are that when I watched the footage of the multiplayer, I realized that there were a lot of interesting and cool concepts in the multiplayer, and I really wish they would have also included it in the single player stuff, because the single player stuff is the only stuff I actually played, and while the single player stuff is still good, I still enjoyed the single player stuff. There was a lot of things in the multiplayer mode that I wish they could have also had in the single player mode, because I thought I would have really enjoyed myself if they would have added that. Now, another problem is that this game is only on the 3DS and the new 3DS XL. And I gotta say, that's really annoying, because my type of gaming is more of like consoles and like playing like stuff through the TV and stuff. And this is like this little midgy cricket thing that you have to do, and it just got super annoying because I had to like actually squint and just look at it, and I really didn't like that. And as I mentioned earlier, the keyboard like for actually typing stuff isn't even that good. So, yeah, I really wish they could have also released this game on, like, the Wii or Wii U or something, because I would have preferred that. But as for the 3DS, I would say it's actually very good for a 3DS game. I would maybe even say it's the best 3DS game, because most 3DS games have to be, like, I'm pretty sure they're more dumbed down than, like, on the Wii or Wii U or something. I don't really know. I'm not much of a Nintendo fan, but I would assume that that's what they do. But for this game, it was actually, like, the graphics, they aren't that good, especially if you see them, like, on a bigger screen, they're not that good. But for the small screen that they have on the 3DS, they're acceptable. So, that's it, I guess. I'm sorry if this review was a little short, I just sort of want to enjoy time with my family for the holidays, and I also wanted to get a video out for you guys. But I would rate this game a 7 out of 10. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in next time.